In that regard, the chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership, requested the scheduling of the business to this morning. Therefore, I directed the office of the clerk to publish a supplementary order paper for the purpose of the business. Honorable members, pursuant to the Standing Order 42-2, I wish to rearrange the business of the sitting such that we commence with supplementary order paper. Clerk, first order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, following your directions, we start with the supplementary order paper. Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
No communication to make.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have the papers you've directed by Honorable Samuel Rumui Kayani, the Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Very well, Honorable Samuel Rumui Kayani, Chairperson on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to table a report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperatives Development and Partnership on the suitability of Mr. David Gitau Mboro for the appointment as Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization. And I table.
The report is duly tabled. The same shall be processed as directed by the House Business pursuant to Standing Order 1575D. The preliminary progress report is duly tabled. The leaf sort is well led. Okay. Thank you, honorable members. We go to the next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a notice to be given by Honorable Samuel Rumui Kayani, the Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Very well, Honorable Rumui Kayani, Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House does adopt the report
Give notice. It's a notice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I take it again. I beg to give the notice of the following motion, that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval for the nomination of Mr. Daniel Gitau Mboro as Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolution of this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kayani Rumui. Notice of the motion is duly given, and the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee pursuant to Standing Order 1575D. Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a procedural motion to be moved by Honorable Samuel Rumui Kayani, Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I beg to move the following procedural motion that pursuant to section 232, the motion that this House does adopt the report of Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval for the nomination of Mr. Daniel Gitau Mboro as the Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolution of the House be exempted from the provisions of Standing Order 55B that requires the notice of the motion be given at least 1 day before the motion appears on the order paper. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I call Honorable Joyce to second.
Honorable Joyce.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I second.
Motion is duly moved and seconded. I propose the question is that pursuant to section 232 is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval for the nomination of Mr. Daniel Gitau Mboro as the Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of this House and recommendation therein as a resolution of this House be exempted from the provision of the Standing Order 55B that requires a notice motion be given at least 1 day before the motion appears on the order paper.
Mr. Speaker.
Matimo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm here to object the same because I don't see the much urgency of passing a name today such that it calls for this Honorable House to actually, sorry, Mr. Speaker, to just for us for the same to be exempted from running through the normal procedure. I think since the motion has been moved, why can't we wait for next week on Tuesday? And I'm glad that the minority leader is here and is one of the main major stakeholders in the House business. He will ensure that it comes during next week Tuesday's order paper, and we can slot the same. And I'm also a member of the House business. We can slot it being the first business on Tuesday next week. But I don't know what the hurry. I would have even wished the chairman of trade, he could have actually even pushed it to the afternoon instead of pushing us so much through the whole thing, even not giving us an opportunity to go through the document and see what were some of the challenges that they were facing yesterday, such that they were not able to table the same report. At least for us to be able to go through the document and see what is in that document, Mr. Speaker, they should allow us at least, even if it's pushing it to the afternoon, it will augur well with us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well noted, Honorable Matimo. Leader of Minority Party, Honorable Mwangi Gishoki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the motion, Mr. Speaker, because for one, the decision to have this debate today was actually concluded yesterday by a sitting of this assembly through the pronunciation of the chair. And therefore, the decision to have this business transacted today is procedural, and it is a matter of honoring the procedures of the assembly that a procedural motion is being moved. But for purposes of whether this business should be transacted today or not, that decision was made yesterday, and through their communication on the floor of this House, on the question of urgency. Each minute of service to the people of Nyandarua matters, and that we are approving a person who is solely going to be dependent upon, especially on resource mobilization. We want every single minute that we can save to ensure that this person goes to work immediately, to ensure that we have enough resources for this county, especially outside this county, is critical. And I therefore urge members to approve this motion so that we can be able to properly execute it within the minimum time possible, so that this person can, as quickly as possible, as early as tomorrow, transact the businesses at hand. I seek members to approve, and I call them.
Thank you, Honorable Mwangi Eshoke. As you have stated clearly, the debate on that matter was done during yesterday's afternoon sitting, and the election was given by the presiding chair. So we continue.
I call the mover.
Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to thank the members who have contributed to that motion. Particularly, I had the sentiment from Honorable Steve Matimo. And Honorable Speaker, it's suffice to say that Honorable Matimo is a young brain, and a fast learner for that matter. And therefore, I want to rest his worries that he will not be given time to internalize the report. The report is not so bulky, and him being a young brain will be able to conceptualize that report within a very short time. I thank the leader of the minority for saying it as it should have been said, that this report or this motion or this report was supposed to have been tabled yesterday, and it was moved by consensus to today. And therefore, there has been enough time that was provided to be able to deal with this motion. And with those many remarks, I move.
Thank you, honorable members. The motion having duly moved, seconded, and also responded, I now put the question, which is that, pursuant to section 232, the motion that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval of the nomination of Mr. Daniel Yitau Boro as Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of this House, and recommendations therein as a resolution of the House, be exempted from the provision of the Standing Order 55B that requires a notice of motion be given at least 1 day before the motion appears on the order paper. May those of the similar opinion say aye. May those of the contrary opinion say nay. Nay. Ayes have it.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Was it there, Honorable Ambogo?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. I'm raising on a point of order number 1.
Yeah.
That, Honorable Speaker, through your discretion, yesterday there was a resolution of this Honorable House that the very same report for the Public Service Administration and Resolution on suitability of the nominee in regard to the Chief Officer, Public Service and Administration be given 21 days. Honorable Speaker, we discussed with my committee as a chair, and we found it prudent, Honorable Speaker, due to the agencies of the matter, just like the Department of Trade, the chair has moved right now. Honorable Speaker is seeking your discretion that you allow the report be tabled in the afternoon today,
before the end of the sitting. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, following your earlier directions, we proceed to the main order paper. Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
No communication.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have several papers to be laid by Honorable Isaac Maumbai, the chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change.
Very well, Honorable Isaac Kamaubai, Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change. Very well, Honorable Mwangi Gishoke, Leader of Minority Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand in for my chair, who has engagements, and the committee, and I wish to bring in a preliminary report on the budget implementation report, a report of the Committee for Water. Mr. Speaker, the membership is known, and I would want to go straight to the preliminary report. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee reviewed the departmental budget for the financial years 2023-2024 and observed the following. The department was allocated a total of 442,249,000 in the original budget, but after the supplementary, it increased its amount to 585,553,462 in the supplementary budget. That did so an increment of the budget, and this was equivalent to 6.7% of the entire county budget. The budget, Mr. Speaker, is consisted of 58 million, which was in recurrent, and 434 million, which was supposed to be at a development budget, and 92 million, which was supposed to cater for pending bills. The department has quite a number of directorates. The Directorate of Water Resources had 231 million. The Directorate of Climate Change had 168 million. The Directorate of Environment had 13 million. Irrigation had 2 million. Natural Resources had 18 million, which gave us a total of 434,527. Mr. Speaker, attached, which I may not go through page by page, I'll explain why, is an attachment of every project in every ward, between all the wards between Magumu, which is the first, and Shamata, the last, on the 25th. Mr. Speaker, why we are bringing a preliminary report is because we found we could not be able to be very conclusive on the kind of findings we made, because we realized a few members had inconsistencies on what the department had given us in terms of the works that they have captured ought to have been done, and the remarks. I want to quote an example without giving the word for the member to be able to present it, that we found a word where the department says it has terminated a project, effectively means that that project stopped. It is no longer within the county government's books, but the member says the project is done. So we realized that we could not be able to proceed fully to a conclusive report without getting an input of members. I will therefore be requesting you, Speaker, that you invoke your indulgence in requesting the ICT department to extract page 9, from page 9 up to page 16 for purposes of sharing with all the members, so that each member gets an opportunity to go through his her ward. No, yes, his and her ward because of the honorable member. And after going through, we would want those people who think that the reflection of what we have been provided with does not agree with what is within your ward, then you can be able to be conclusive. But most important, among the issues we will be looking into, we have tried to look at them, but we have been able to pick up, is that there is too much about a project was not procured, which we will want to really go into the depths of. If you have a budget approved in July, how do you end up in a whole year saying that that project was not procured? Mr. Speaker, we'll be looking at requesting you to allow us time to be able to look at how many number of projects that were primarily in the budget from the word go before the supplementary and were not procured, so that we can have an explanation as to why in a whole financial year, cutting across 12 months, the department needs to explain why it could not be able to procure a project 12 months after the approval by the assembly. We'll also be wanting to look at the supplementary and see how many projects were added into the budget. Why were they not procured? For those specifically not procured, why were they not procured? So that we can now have a more informed, properly document that has recommendations that can assist us into the future, especially between these two financial years, which are so critical in terms of the people of Nyandarua and moving ahead. Then there were other questions we were asking ourselves that maybe will come out from the report. But basically why we are asking for time, because the issues I'm raising now, the committee could be able to do them without necessarily first coming here. But we realized that we are unable to proceed before we can have a complete clear picture from every member indicating which particular projects are correctly captured and whether the information we've been given is correct or not. We will be requesting that you also give direction, Mr. Speaker, that all the members be able to provide this to our secretariat headed by Nancy before Friday of this week, so that it can enable us to be able to look at the same file and be able to come back within the time we are requesting. Mr. Speaker, we will be requesting you 30 days. I don't know whether I am able to consult from where I am, because I'm not remembering whether we agreed 30 or 60 days, Milka? We agreed 30. We agreed 30 days. So that within that particular time, we'll be able to provide a complete, comprehensive program, report on the implementation of the water, the climate change, environment, tourism, and natural resources budget implementation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Gishoke. On behalf of the Chairperson Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change.
Point of information.
What's up, Honorable Kayani?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to put a statement or two regarding that report and riding over what the leader of the minority has said regarding why they are seeking more information. And just as you do so, the Committee of Water, I want to bring you to speed that as you've made a very pertinent issue that some programs were not procured. And you're querying why they were not procured and somebody was given 12 months. But I want to bring you to speed. At the close of the financial year, the exchequer receipts were done 100%. That begs, or that just moves you to indulge further Thank you. I needed the leader of minority, the mover, the one who tabled the report to hear this. That even as you look for that information, one of the questions that I'll be asking or ringing in my mind is, even if they were procured, what would have been used to pay them? Bearing in mind that is in public domain, that the pending bills that emanated from that particular year were supposed to cover the salaries. That is in public domain. So the question that anybody, would have to ask themselves is, what happened to the budget implementation? Were we, as a county, implementing the budget as supposed to be?
Point of clarification from the member.
Very well, Honorable Milka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And from the information we are getting from Honorable Kayani, he has indicated that the exchequer releases were supposed to pay for salaries. Can he substantiate that so that we also understand what is it as a committee for water and also as the assembly, so that when we go for discussion, we're able to know what happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Milka. Honorable Kayani.
Thank you.
Honorable Kayani, before you kindly sit, can't you have your seat? It's good you substantiate and you have evidence, and it's good if you can only request a leave, you be an amicus curiae to the committee, so you can be able to offer a credible information.
Thank you. Well guided, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Hansard is live, and I want to make a correction to my sister, Honorable Member, Honorable Milka, that I did not say the exchequer releases were meant for salaries. I said the pending bills that were supposed to have been, pending. It is said they were they were supposed to clear salaries. That, Honorable Speaker, for information, is the communication that came to the group that we all are in between the executive and the assembly from the minister, from the CCM for finance. That is information which I don't need to substantiate. I would only invite us to look into it within the group that we all share, the both executive. But my point is that's not my point. My point is the exchequer releases for the financial year that ended were released 100%. So if projects were not procured, there was nothing to pay them because the exchequer had released whatever it released. And this is my point. And the question that begs an answer, Honorable Speaker, is if indeed we are supposed to implement a budget, the budget is program-based and itemized, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, each project has financial allocation given to it. If that particular project was not procured, it means that money allocated in that particular project must be there. The only thing is that it has not been spent. That is common sense or logic for that matter. But if we were told that the money that was supposed to have come to the county has been released in totality, if you allow me to make the point, then you allow him so that I don't lose my flow. Thank you. If it means if the exchequer was released in totality, and certain projects in the budget were not procured, logic says if you have money that you have not spent, it means you have that money. But you cannot say you don't have money and you did not spend. That's what I'm saying, even below it down from the master's level to our level. So my point is this: as you indulge this information, you get this information, I would want this committee to bring to this house, and together with the other committees as well, because I know this is cutting across
procedure.
This is cutting across all the sectors. I'm aware, and even may tell you that there are some projects which are deemed to have paid, and the department did not request for that payment to happen. That is a matter before my committee. So there are a lot of issues that we need to interrogate, and this is not. Let the Committee of Water not feel uncomfortable. I am saying these are matters that are cutting across most of the department, and we need to interrogate these matters in totality, because we need to answer the question: if we allocate the money for a certain project, and that project was not procured, what happened to that money? and yet whatever was supposed to remain has been released in totality. That is my point, Honorable Minority Leader. I don't mean to verify the committee. I'm only saying that please engage complete and total due diligence. Query what is queryable. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kayani. Thank you for your good input. The Minority Leader, do you have something?
Just two things, Chair. First, I am corrected by my clerk that we had agreed on 21 days. I would wish to make that amendment, that we shall be able to bring the report back within 21 days. The other part, I don't want to belabor. Of course, the member for Gedafai is well versed with the procedures of this House. He knows when to debate, when to wait for a debate, and when you don't do that. My problem is that I think he's debating. And I also would want to say it also needs not to be captured that the allegations that pending bills were used to pay salaries, it requires substantiation, because of course, you know, the procedures of finance are clear. You cannot use money for a vote that it was not provided for another cause. And therefore, if there is any record, the reason why it is important for it to be expunged from the Hansard is that if it is not substantiated by way of record, then you cannot allow it to stand in the Hansard where an allegation has been made that finance has used money allocated for a different purpose for another purpose without seeking approval. And therefore, I would ask that the chair considers that statement to be expunged from the Hansard unless the said member is able to document by way of document an actual studying on that particular matter. So in terms of our ability to bring a comprehensive report, I would want to assure the member that is the reason why we are asking members to look at it, so that we can be able to offer an exclusively conclusive deduction of this matter. As the chair finalizes, I would say that we are ready and we are competent, and we are going to be able to bring a very comprehensive report on this matter. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Geshoke. Honorable Kayani, you have given a very grave allegation. And as a matter of procedure of the House, I would seek you just apologize. Yes, I will withdraw. You just withdraw. And we just start case there. But I also give a direction, or I could request the committee, you can be afraid of the committee, so that if you have any evidence, you can be able to kindly. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with a tremendous respect, really, you know I'm not a very controversial person. I am not very controversial. I am a very polite, humble, well-meaning citizen, born in this country to do good. But one of the things, Honorable Speaker, if you allow me a second, that we should never allow is to peddle ignorance or allow ignorance anywhere near us. We are all members of a group that brings together the executive and the assembly. We are all members. We cannot feign ignorance, even when we communicate, and we use that platform to communicate between us and them. I don't want to table that information here. It is information that we all know. It was discussed and debated, and I know several members engaged in this.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
So
point of order.
Honorable Geshoke.
You know, Mr. Speaker, the member is completely out of order. First of all, within this particular report, the only contention of the pending bills is not more than 40 million. There is also clarity within this report that 50 million out of the 92 that was provided was paid to the pending bills. So when the member again insists and wants to make it look like pending bills were used to pay salaries, and the department itself have already indicated by way of showing the number of files they were able to pay in terms of 50 million for pending bills. Only 40 million was not possible to pay then. It then says the member is misleading the House when he says that pending bill money was used to pay salaries. And that is why I'm saying it is not a question of feigning ignorance. It is when you also take education of masters too high, and you don't look at things objectively, and you look at English words that are not going to bring. Mr. Speaker, he should just withdraw that matter. I don't think it's necessary.
Honorable Kayani, with due respect, just withdraw.
Honorable Speaker, you know, it's always good to listen, because if you don't, you'll be responding to things which are not said. I never said, and the answer is there, that 40 million was used to pay, meant for what I was used to pay salaries. I never said that. Even before I make my point, somebody's up on standing on, I was keen to listen to what the out of order position I was in. I said, and I said it. I never even said that money was used to pay pending bill.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Can I make my point? Allow me to make my point.
Point of order.
Allow me to make my point.
Have a sitting, Honorable
Point
Kayani.
of order.
Honorable Mirka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I totally understand what Honorable Kayani is saying. Unfortunately, he's one of the members, ranking members in this assembly, and he understands the procedures of this House. Whenever you give an allegation, you are supposed to substantiate it. If you have not, we are not disputing it, but we are saying, can you substantiate for the purpose of this assembly, substantiate how pending money was used to pay salaries? That is a bond of contention, Mr. Speaker. So he's out of order. He needs to withdraw and table a document that says pending bill were used to pay salaries, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mirka. Honorable Kayani, you're out of order, and kindly just withdraw so that we can proceed. Kindly, just withdraw.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But why should I withdraw things I didn't say? Why am I being misunderstood? Allow me to withdraw what I said, not what is purported to have been said. That I will not, because that didn't come from me. I never said that pending bill money was used to pay. I said the CEC finance. Listen, let me make my point. Don't imagine things.
Order, Honorable Kayani. Order. Honorable members, we are trying to preempt the debate. And because I have seen is a preliminary report that has been tabled, I do hope the committee has given us an opportune time so that we can visit the committee and give flesh to our grieving issues. So, honorable members, if we are in agreement, we can proceed. But before that, Honorable Kayani, you have to withdraw the allegations that money was collected from the exchequer 100% meant for project, but it was diverted, some was diverted to clear some maybe salary alias. So kindly, with due respect, just withdraw.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Just allow me a minute,
Mr. Speaker, am I going to execute? You directed the issue to me. Why am I being interrupted? Bear your patience. You will have the floor to say what you're saying.
Mr. Speaker, I am on the floor. Thank you.
Yes.
This must go to record. There is a standing order I am not remembering. I have requested to be assisted that says we can ask the Hansard to be rolled backward, so that it can create clarity that the member for the fight said pending bills money. It is not the exchequer. He said money for pending bills was used to pay salaries. I would ask that the House be suspended and allow the Hansard to be reproduced, so that it can indicate that the member did say that the money for pending bills was used to say salaries. And that is what we are asking him to recant. That it is not, if he does not have evidence in paper to that effect, then it is a long allegation, and this particular house is on the air, and it is a record-keeping house. it cannot be said that the House approved a statement that is erroneous.
Honorable Speaker,
Thank you, members.
can I say before you even say, why are you not allowing me? Why are you gagging me?
Okay.
I want to just confirm what he said, because I'm conscious in my mind what I said. I would want kindly allow me to say what I'm saying. I'm also on a point of order. Yes, Honorable
Yes,
Speaker, you allowed me to say.
Point of order.
No. He cannot tell you that you are gagging him.
Honorable Mirka.
You have the power.
Honorable Mirka. Okay. Go ahead, Honorable Kayani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know what? This is a house of procedures and order and procedure. I agree with what the minority has said. The Hansard is out there. We can all be treated to listening. And so we make a distinction of what I said. What I did not say, I am not going to withdraw, Honorable Speaker. What I said, I will withdraw. But somebody should not think that what he thinks or he thinks is what I said. Let the Hansard be brought.
Precisely. Thank you. On that matter, I'll give the election by the end of, afternoon session. So, and I wish to give the election on Honorable Shoke's request, and I hereby elect that the ICT department, through the office of the clerk, to extract page 9 to 16 from the preliminary report of the Committee on Water on Budget Implementation. The same extract should be disseminated and distributed to all members for their input to the Committee on Water through the Committee Secretariat by 26 September 2025. So, honorable members, the leave sought is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it as it is sought. Chairperson ensure that the report is ready within time requested. We proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, still under the order on papers, we have two more reports to be laid by Honorable Isaac Amambai, the Chairperson, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Chair, Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change, I would wish to table the Nyandarua County Liquor Board Sports, Tourism, and Conservation Half Marathon Fund Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2024. I wish to table.
Thank you, Honorable Mwangi Shoki. The leave. Thank you, Honorable Shoki. The report is duly tabled. The same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, pursuant to Standing Order 157(5)B. We proceed.
Mr. Speaker, we have another paper to be laid by the same committee.
Honorable Shoki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, on behalf of my chair, who is responsible for the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources, and Climate Change, I wish we table the Nyandarua County Liquor Board Sports, Tourism, Conservation Half Marathon Fund Annual Report and Financial Statement for the year ended 30th June 2025.
Thank you, Honorable Gishoke. The report having duly tabled, the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee pursuant to Standing Order 157(5)(b). Next.
Still under the order on papers, we have a paper by the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT and Revenue by Honorable Zachary Mwangi-Jeru, the chairperson.
Very well, Honorable Zachary Mwangi-Jeru, chairperson on Finance, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT and Revenue.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to inform this House that the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning and ICT and Revenue is on the process of reviewing and structuring the report on the Nyandarua County third quarter report and financial statements for the period ended 30th day of June 2025. And Honorable Speaker, to ensure a thorough and accurate analysis, the committee, through the Office of the Clerk, received a conciliation statement whose details will inform a report. And thus, Honorable Speaker, noting that the Nyandarua County Revenue Fund annual report and financial statements for the period ended 30th day of June 2025 was tabled yesterday in the floor of this House. We therefore seek this Honorable House to grant the committee 60 days so that we can be able to scrutinize both reports and compile a comprehensive report on the same.
Thank you, Honorable Zachary Mwangi-Jeru, chairperson, Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue. The leaf sought is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it as sought. Chairman, ensure the report is ready within 60 days as it has been requested. Thank you. Thank you. We proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, and still under the order on papers, we have 3 papers to be laid by Honorable Peter Denji Kirega, the chairperson, Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Very well, Honorable Peter Denji Kirega, chairperson, Committee on Special Fund Accounts.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is the Committee of Special Fund. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Special Fund Account has finalized the completion of the 3 reports indicated in the notice paper. However, since the Assembly has only recently resumed from the long recess, as the committee has not yet convened to formally adopt them, we respectfully seek for an Mr. Speaker, we respectfully seek for an extension of time table and the reports before this Honorable House. The report on the financial statement of the County Executive, that is the State and Public or Fiscal Loan and Mortgage Fund for the financial period ended that 1st December 2024. 7 days, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Madam. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of clarification, I want also the report of financial statement of the County Emergency Fund for the financial period ended 31st December 2024 to be extended for 14 days. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, the report on the approval of the County Emergency Fund as of financial period 31st December 2024, 21 days, Mr. Speaker, so that we can bring conclusively our report. The committee is humbly requesting the House grants the said extensions to enable it makes necessary amendments and additions to the reports, and thereafter table them for the consideration by this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Deji Kiriga, Chairperson Committee on Special Funds Account. The leaf sort is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it a sort. So, Chairman, ensure the report is ready within the said or the requested time for it to be considered by this House.
Most obliged.
Thank you. The next.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a statement to be sought by Honorable Daniel Gitaundongo, MCA Kara Ward.
Honorable Daniel Gitaundongo, MCA Kara Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Statement on the status of implementation of payment of goods and services. Mr. Speaker, I hereby to seek statement from the Chairperson Committee of Finance, Economic Planning and ICT. Revenue addressing the following concerns. Aware that Nyandarua County Assembly approved the budget estimates and supplementary budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025, which included the vote for payment of goods and services offered by the supplier and the contractor, respectively. Noting that Nyandarua County government in the period between 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025 has authorized the budget to pay for various programs in the county as an expenditure in the budget. Concerned that the Department of Finance, Economical Planning, ICT, and Revenue has not served the House with any report regarding revenue collection from each revenue stream. Rising from the foregoing, I seek that Chairperson of Committee on Finance, Economical Planning, ICT, Revenue provides the following information for that financial year 2024-2025. 1. Detailed reports on the amount of revenue collected for the period, including the amount collected from each revenue stream and the collection per department. 2. A detailed report on the payment of goods and services to the supplier and contractors, respectively, with if means inter-granted financial management information system printout supporting the payment. 3. Detailed reports on allowance paid to staff by each department, itemizing those who were facilitated. 4. Reported on the amount paid of fuel, votes, and account road machinery and the quarry payment. List of I. All accounts, special purpose account, in count and deposit and withdraw made therefore. 2. All payment made from withdraw and the balance and reconciliation of the period between financial year 2024-2025 to date. 3. The list of paid development projects and program powered for period between financial year 2024-2025 and the companies paid. 6. The total development budget and extra of total allocation per ward of the period. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, because of this matter is very urgent, I request Finance Chair, a good friend for mine, Honorable Zachary Jero. I request within 7 days because of this issue, Mr. Kayan raised. Thank you. At the I table.
Thank you, Honorable Gitau, but you don't give the chairman of a committee discretion of time. Is the chairman to know on the time that he'll spend on such a statement. So, Chairman, Committee on Finance,
Mr. Speaker.
Planning.
Mr. Speaker, I was requesting, I thank my honorable member from Karao Ward for bringing such...
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Who is out of order, Honorable Mirka?
Honorable Matimo just called you. We need to know whether he's on a standing point of order, whether it's information or clarification, honestly.
True, Honorable Mirka. Honorable Matimo, substantiate whether a point of order, information.
Mr. Speaker, sometimes it's wrong that a member, you see...
Honorable Matimo,
I want to request an addition to what Honorable Gitau has requested. Okay. And that's what I was saying, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Wanjiro, in this Akorindo church, we usually say that don't jump before the drum. So she's actually jumping before the drum set. But let me proceed, Mr. Speaker. I just want to request my honorable member for that statement, and I was seeking that over and above what he has requested, Mr. Speaker, he allows me to add number 7 on the same. And on this, Mr. Speaker, is an issue that if you look at most of our towns, we have revenue, or we have officers who collect revenue. And at times, I do wonder, so that I bring up that question, if where they are located, are they able to collect even enough money to pay their salaries? So I would wish to add, if it's possible, we know the number of revenue officers in our county and how much they are able to collect per person. So that at least, Mr. Speaker, we can be able to know whether there's value for money. These people that we pay salaries, do they collect enough money that is enough to pay their salaries? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Matimo. Honorable Gitau, are you comfortable with additional? So,
point of addition, Mr. Speaker.
Well, given.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the spirit of adding, allow me first to thank the dear Lord that finally Gitau has gotten saved. Here, Mr. Speaker, where he is asking the list of all paid development projects, Mr. Speaker, I would just kindly urge that as the committee, which I'm also a member, and I'll be following this one very closely, we also provide the list of the companies that have been paid the EIE money for the last 2 years, the money that we have been putting for projects, the companies that have been paid that money, and their directors.
Very well. Honorable Matimo and Honorable Mohit. What's up, Honorable Kayani?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It gets very interesting, and this is the way this assembly should be going forward. I'm also happy that our very good friend, Honorable Gitau, has finally gotten saved. I hope he got saved in the church I belong to, the AAPCA, where we mean business when it means dealing with issues head on. Thank you for that. Honorable Speaker, this is in furtherance to the other 2 statements I sought from the same committee, and this work can be done together because it's very closely related. The third one was from the doyen from the ECD sector. He was asking for 120 days, but I'm glad that the Speaker prevailed upon him. Honorable Mohendo was not in the House yesterday, if I'm not wrong. We did ask a statement again further on the pending bills issues. But one point, thank you. You know, the vice chair for this committee is being distracted, and it's important that he hears so that he is able to support the chair on these matters. Honorable Speaker, I wanted to make a point in reference to what Honorable Mohende has said regarding the EAI. This House has a special committee supposed to be formed to interrogate the EAI issues in totality, including that issue that Honorable Mohede has said. I visited the office of the Speaker yesterday, and he confirmed to me that that is on course, and rather than adding that to the Committee of Finance, which had dealt with that matter before, that matter has now since moved to a select committee that the Speaker is going to constitute, and hopefully Honorable Wagishoke will be the chair, so that he can bring a substantive matter. I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr. Speaker, point of clarification also, or rather, Mr. Speaker, sir, I also want something to be included from the same statement, because, Mr. Speaker, this one is has a very weighty matter, especially pertaining to the machinery, which I've seen it mentioned in the statement. Mr. Speaker, there are this money for allowance, the security, and for maintenance. Mr. Speaker, the part that I would wish to be included, and whether there is a formula which has been used there before and even today, we would like to see, I would like to know, Mr. Speaker, when the LESPOD is coming, how they use the formula of deducting the allowance, the security, and even the maintenance cost. And Mr. Speaker, I would also wish to know from the same response how the beneficiaries get the money, or how they receive, and even the beneficiaries list to appear in this honorable House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Eji Kiriga. So, honorable members, the statement having been duly sought, I do request Honorable Mohende, Honorable Matimo, and Honorable Denji, you contact the table clerk so that you can be able to offer the additional request so that it can be included to
Mr.
the
Speaker.
statement. Honorable Matimo.
Mr. Speaker, maybe on furtherance on what I'd requested, we'd also wish to know about the fuel card for each and every ward in terms of fuel for the machinery program. How much is spent on each and every individual ward? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Matimo. That's very good. So, Chairman Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT, and Revenue, how many days do you need to respond back to this House?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, aware that there is a similar statement, though on different issues, that was raised yesterday. I think it is only fair to tackle both reports at the same time simultaneously, so 30 days will be sufficient.
So, 30 days, the chairman will report back to this House. So, then next.
Mr. Speaker, sir, still under the order on statements, we have a statement response to be given by Honorable Peter Gadongo Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protection.
Thank you, Chair. But before we go to that, Honorable Gishoke, from your two reports, you didn't report how many days you wanted so that you can report back.
Mr. Specific. Mr. Specific. Mr. Speaker, I wish to request for 60 days to handle both.
Both report?
Yes.
Very well, noted. So,
point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Already have load.
Yes, before you, as you rule.
Already I have load.
Yesterday, Honorable Speaker, the presiding speaker, seated where you seated, made this House aware that we'll be proceeding for recess after 60 days.
70. I'm the one who stated 70.
Or the other one stated 60. Thank you.
Honorable members, still on the matter that which was sought by Honorable Ednard Wabogo Kingoli, I therefore made a direction on the matter list by Ednard Wabogo Kingoli that on the concern list regarding his committee report on the suitability of the nominee to the position as Chief Officer, Public Administration and Devolution, I hereby direct that Honorable Ednard Wambogo Kingoli does table the report for past processing through a supplementary order paper together with a notice of motion and a procedural motion on the same during afternoon sitting of today, 24th September 2025. Honorable Kadongo, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, CASHA, and Social Protection.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Speaker, with me is a statement sought from the chairperson of this committee. That is on education, vocational training, culture, gender and social protection, on pre-primary school education in Wajohi Ward, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, since this statement is a property of the House, even having the Honorable Member for Wajohi and the outgoing chair for budget being not in the House, I'll go ahead.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Contribute.
Under which point of order? Who is out of order?
Mr. Speaker, I've heard the chair, education, talking of an outgoing chair, and I'm a member of the House Business Committee, and at no point have we discussed on change of committees. Have we discussed about anything to do with changes in any committee? So I'm not aware of any outgoing chair of any committee in this Honorable House. You should withdraw and apologize.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Bo?
I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker, for being unprocedural, but thank you for allowing me to rise on a point of order from Honorable Matimu. Honorable Speaker, we are aware the substantial committees, that we call them the standing committees, which is the pitch pack, the budget and appropriation, implementation, has a timelines according to our standing order, Honorable Speaker. And already the time is almost, or rather, lapse. Honorable Speaker, is that the House Business Committee have failed to do their business. So he is out of order if he is a member of the House Business Committee and have not expedited that business. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mbogo. Yesterday's proceeding afternoon, we had a deliberation on the nomination of Honorable Jane to various committee, and from the said report, we all understood that the House Business sat and stated that all select committees proceed as they YAL. So, Honorable Gadongo, you are out. Honorable Gadongo, you are out of order. Honorable Gadongo, you are out of order, insinuating that there is an outgoing chair. Honorable Gadongo, Honorable Aisan Kongo, a member of County Assembly, Wajohi Ward, is a duly chairperson of Budget and Appropriation Committee. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable
Clarity from the chair. Clarity from the chair.
Okay.
And I like the Honorable Speaker for being instrumental to this Honorable House, that you realize that this House is very adventurous. And you have allowed the members to navigate. Honorable Speaker, the property, the business at the House, at the committee level, Honorable Speaker, is not the business of the House. Honorable Speaker, is not the business of the House, as per the standing order. And you remember this House, Honorable Speaker, is for rules and the procedures. Honorable Speaker, what you purported to do at the committee level, that is the House Business Committee, ought to be brought to this Honorable House for approval. So therefore, Honorable Speaker, that one, I'm not disallowing what you say is, but Honorable Speaker, it is very unprocedural that the House business at the committee level did what you have communicated, and yet it is not approved to this Honorable House. So to us, Honorable Speaker, we take it as those select committees chairs, or rather those select committees composition membership, to us is still pending for the approval to this Honorable House.
Thank you, Honorable
Speaker.
Okay, what's up to?
Have you any hidden agenda from Honorable Gathongo? Just apologize for my chair for budget.
Thank you, Honorable members. Honorable members, let us proceed. Honorable Wabogu, I have a very good respect. Honorable Wabogu, just have a seat. And I love how you try to navigate through the Constitution and the standing orders. Personally, I respect your decision. You are working standing order. You are an experienced member. So let's rest our case there. For the time being, we suspend for the time being. And Honorable Gathongo, kindly stick to the statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We shall be expecting that report from the committee of the House Business Committee. And I would wish to see Honorable Kamwana being the chair for budget for the remaining time. So, Honorable Speaker, let us continue. In accordance with Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders, number 46, Honorable Isaac Kongo sought a statement from the chairperson of the Committee of Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender, and Social Protection regarding a number of concerns cutting across pre-primary centers in Wajohi Ward. In the aforementioned statement, he sought the following. 1, the number of pre-primary teachers posted within Wajohi Ward and their duty station. 2, the scheme of service and mode of employment of the pre-primary teachers and their remuneration. 3, total payment remitted by the pre-primary parents and respective schools to which it was done. 4, a detailed tabulation of usage of the payments, stroke charges remitted by the parents. And 5, any charges being experienced in the current payment formula that is in use. Honorable Speaker, upon acknowledgement of the statement sought, the Speaker directed that the committee does consider the statement and process a response to be tabled in the House within 45 days. Consequently, the statement was tabled before the committee, that is on the 9th day of July 2025, and resolved to request the information sought from the County Executive Committee member responsible for primary education in the county. The committee wrote a letter to the CCM same day, that is the 9th day of July, which was dispatched through the office of the clerk at a reference number as stated. Members can see the report in their tablets. And in the letter, the CCM member was requested to provide the following. And number 1 is that the number of primary school centers, including the feeder centers in Wajohi Ward, and the number of runners they are in. Number 2, the number of primary teachers deployed to the county government and centers posted, including their names, contracts, and
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Number 3, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order granted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm sorry to cut short the CBC chair. But Mr. Speaker, 1, due to the veracity of the issues dealing with ECD.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
And we have, Mr. Speaker, I'm on the point of order.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Wait me, I finish.
Honorable Gathongo, even Honorable Muhede has not even touched anything.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Due to the veracity of the information that was requested here, and having seen what happened in the Senate, Mr. Speaker, I believe it would only be fair if we had a report of the whole county dealing with the ECD issues raised here, instead of subjecting us to a report of only one ward whose member is not even available on the floor of the House. And from precedence, Mr. Speaker, when I asked a question about the number of employees in Gedafai ward, the House Business Committee sat and decided that we should not be asking questions on personnel about a single ward. And my question was dropped from the House Business Committee. So, Mr. Speaker, it is only fair that they give us a report of all the wards, so that even if the member for Anjoy is not around, then we can see what other wards are happening. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Muhidi.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Sakali.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, Eliza, to support Honorable Muende, bearing in mind that the issue that was before the Senate should be treated as a matter of county importance, Honorable Speaker. It is only fair, through my good friend and ranking member, Honorable Gadungu, to first of all drop this statement and come up with a report, Honorable Speaker, with an intention, Honorable Speaker, even to clear all the questions that were raised, Honorable Speaker, and the department was not in a position, Honorable Speaker, even to respond to very basic questions.
Thank you, Honorable Sakali. Honorable Bogo.
Honorable Speaker, I also retaliate to the same that we consider the 25 ward. Honorable Speaker, this matter was at the Senate and it was on air, Honorable Speaker, and we were tarnished, we were tainted badly, Honorable Speaker, as a county, and therefore, Honorable Speaker, I'm seeking your Yes, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we would wish you give the direction as a chair that this matter be considered as a matter of the county importance. So therefore, the committee related to the same, Honorable Speaker, that is education and ECDE, Honorable Speaker, be now coming with a report, and they include all the questions that had been raised at the Senate level, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it would be only prudent that we be able now discuss this matter in this Honorable House while everything is being considered in the report, Honorable Speaker. I support Honorable Muhidi's direction.
Thank you, Honorable Members. Honorable Members. Honorable Matimo.
Mr. Speaker, I also raised to support the same. It was a big shame to the county, to the larger Nyandarua County, that in Senate, one of the fingers was pointed to this Honorable House, and especially to the committee that is chaired by a good friend Honorable Gadongo, that as a county, we are not even able to know the number of ECD learners in our county. I would humbly request that, being a member of this committee, let's be allowed to bring a report for the entire county that will have all the details that Honorable Congo had requested, and as it has been put across, we also bring a conclusive report on what was sought from Senate. So, Mr. Speaker, from our side, we can be as clean as no, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Matimo. Honorable members, I wish if we could allow Honorable Gadogo to proceed, because already the statement has been sought. Let us allow him to respond. But as he responds, I take your sentiment very serious, and also it's good we take this matter as a matter of county importance. So, Honorable Gadongo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I see, you know, you have always been a very intelligent man, that Solomonic wisdom in how you have ruled out this matter. You know, when I talk with authority. I was your bag carrier some years back. So, so I talk with authority because I've engaged with you. Thank you for that, Solomonic. And for Honorable Muhende, I wanted to tell him, this is a committee with a very big name other than calling it the CBC committee. You hear it is education, vocational training, culture,
point of order. Honorable
gender,
Speaker, point of
social
order.
protection.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Proceed, Honorable Gadhungu.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. It's a serious matter.
Point of order granted.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, in the House we have a stranger. I would wish to invite the clerk to find whether we have a stranger in the House.
Clerk, confirm whether we have a stranger in the house. Honorable Abu, kindly withdraw. There is no stranger in the house. Kindly withdraw that sentiment.
Honorable Speaker, I was trying to tell you that you invite your clerk to confirm whether we have a stranger or it's Huru Abaro from the member for North Kinangop. However, as much, Honorable Speaker, everything is in order now.
Thank you, Honorable Edward Wabo Kingoli. We proceed, Honorable Gadhungu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I was just clearing on what I was saying to Honorable Muhende, but otherwise I can excuse him. Today they have a birthday, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, it is the issue of this statement, and I'd said the issues that needed to be addressed. And Honorable Speaker, on the 1st of August, the Office of the Clerk received a response from the Department of Education, Vocational Training, and the response was forwarded to the committee and tabled for consideration in a meeting held on 6th August of 2025. Upon reviewing the document and correspondences received from the county executive responsible for pre-primary education, the committee made the following findings. The number of pre-primary schools in Wajohi Ward, including feeder schools, and their population, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I'm in agreement that we shall do that for the
order, Honorable Deji.
The Hunter. So, Honorable Speaker, Wajohi Ward hosts 41 pre-primary schools, in which includes the ones domiciled in primary schools and feeder schools. The pre-primary ones have a total of 1,440 runners and tabulated here other. Honorable Speaker, you understand?
To who? Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
To who?
To the honorable member, Honorable Gadhungu. Mr. Speaker, since I mentioned to maintain the order, and somebody else, Mheshimiwa Honorable Gadhungu, has alluded there is Hunter. Who is Hunter? We need to clarify who is Hunter. Maybe
Honorable Deji, out of order. He was referring to the report. If
Mr. Speaker, there is a report with Hunter.
Honorable Gadhungu, we proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will talk about the Hunter when I'm done with the report. So, Honorable Speaker, this is Wajohi Ward, and you understand they have 41 pre-primary schools, which includes the one domiciled. This is an MCA, even if he's told to do all the ECD centers. Honorable Speaker, you have noted. I think you have noted 41 ECD centers, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, they are tabulated here with the number of students, and as per, you can check on your tablet, honorable members, the county government of Nyandarua has deployed 40 pre-primary schools teachers whose terms of employment are varied. The table below illustrates the name of the pre-primary school teachers deployed and their level of qualifications and terms of employment. And that is the name of the center, the name of the teachers, Honorable Speaker, their levels of qualification, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, these are not cracks. We have those with diplomas employed on P&P basis. We have those on certificates.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with tremendous respect to the member, the chair for education, I think it is important that we use words correctly. When he says a ward has 41 ECDE centers, are they classrooms or centers? Can he expound and let us know whether they are referring to classrooms in a primary school as centers, or are they classrooms? Let's have that matter clarified, because I know we are moving to do ECD centers now, and this is the time the county is organizing itself to do ECD centers. So do we have already centers? And if we do, then why are we do? What is this talk about creating ECD centers? Thank you.
Honorable Dongo, clarify on the matter.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. What we want to do is centers of excellence, but we already have the centers in place. And they are 41s. They are called pre-primary schools, Honorable Speaker. We are doing centers of excellence, Honorable Speaker. Even in Geta 5, we shall have one by the end of this year. So, Honorable Speaker, as we continue, I was talking about now the qualification of teachers. Honorable Speaker, you see we have diploma, and they are employed as PNP, and their numbers are their names are tabulated very well. Some ECDs have 2 teachers, others have 1, and their names have been given, Honorable Speaker, and their terms of employment, whether they are in PNP and whether they are in contract. And Honorable Speaker, I would like to bring it to the attention of this House. Any teacher who have been engaged by the county government, there is a condition, and the County Public Service Board can't engage anyone who doesn't possess a TSC number, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in 2017, the Ministry of Education introduced a new education system known as the Competence-Based Curriculum, that is CBC. This system is structured as follows. There is 2 years in
point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Point granted.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, with a lot of fairness and objectivity, though I don't intend to get back to an issue that you had already ruled. It is very misleading and annoying, Honorable Speaker, when it is in the public domain that we have clerical officers as ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker, and that is why it was only fair. For the interest of time, for this report to be dropped, for this statement to be dropped, and a comprehensive statement touching all the wards, inclusive of the issues that was raised in the Senate, Honorable Speaker, if we mean well, even to our oversight, Lord Honorable Speaker. Some of these misleading even terms that are being mentioned in this statement, I never heard them even in the Senate, where we had a representation of the CEC, the chief officer, the CS, and the director of education, Honorable Speaker. I think, and Honorable members, sometimes we should try as much as possible to avoid this kind of machinations. Remember, we are live. Our peoples are watching all what we are discussing over here. I think it is prudent, Honorable Speaker. This is an august house. Use your discretion, Honorable Speaker, and we do things right.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members.
Just an observation, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I do not want to appear to speak for the chair of education. But this statement was specific. The committee has taken its time to address itself to a specific question as raised in a statement. The only time you would be asked to drop a report of a committee is if that committee has not addressed itself to the statement which was sought. From where I sit, the committee has struggled to answer and the question as raised. What we are now telling the committee is that we have other questions we would want addressed which were not asked, so don't first answer the question you were asked, so that we can tell you the other questions we want to ask. Why we every day when we come here have a section of statements and all that is so that if there is any other question you would want to raise outside the question that was raised by the member for Wanjohi, and which is being addressed, then you can go ahead and do it. But I don't know, I'm not speaking for the chair of education, but if it was a committee I was chairing, I would not agree, because the committee has addressed itself to the question it was asked for. Okay, I just putting my observation.
Thank you, my Honorable Nshoke, for that observation.
Honorable Speaker, just for information, further to what you said.
Honorable Kayani.
In a minute. Honorable Speaker, I really sympathize with the Committee of Education. If you look at the statement we saw yesterday, it was encompassing to all those aspects, including Wanjohi. And it's also important, Honorable Speaker, just like the feelings of the other members, that this matter, the committee sits with this information, incorporate it together, so that rather than address Wanjohi, and the member for Wanjohi is not here, he will be addressing all of us conclusively, and also delving deeper on those pertinent issues that were raised. So we are not belittling the committee, Honorable Minority Leader. We're only saying the committee has so much on its table. It is fair that we allow them, rather than, the chairman sit here, he should have consolidated the committee there so that he can look at those bigger matters and bring them together so that we are treated with the same theatrics once for all. Thank you.
Well noted, Honorable Kayani. Chair, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, during the reading of the recommendation, we have observed some of these issues, and I'm sure, as Honorable Steve Muridi had said, they are jumping the gun before time, Honorable Speaker. I'm sure we shall address every issue, and which is all the issues which are being raised by members. They are fundamental issues, and which we shall address, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I was talking about the CBC, which is the 2633 system, and acknowledges pre-primary education as a fundamental stage within the education framework under the competence-based curriculum, CBC. Pre-primary education has become compulsory, ensuring that every child undergoes both PP1 and PP2 before accessing primary education. Honorable Speaker, the county government of Nyandarua has deployed 40 teachers in the primary centers in Wajohi ward. These teachers are not adequate for runners in both PP1 and PP2, appreciating that Wajohi ward has the 41 pre-primary centers. It implies, therefore, that the county should employ at least 82 teachers to cover the PPUs, Honorable Speaker. And this shortfall in the number of pre-primary school teachers results to school boards of management engaging teachers, which translates to parents paying fees to cater for their salaries, Honorable Speaker. So you understand, if we have one PNP teacher, that teacher should take care maybe of PP2, and the parents are forced now to employ a teacher. We have a big deficiency, and it is not only happening in Wanjohi. This is replicating in each and every ward, Honorable Speaker. And there is a total of, Honorable Speaker, a total of 17 pre-primary teachers engaged by various primary schools who attract a salary from the fees paid by the respective parents, as shown in the table below. And all the 17 names have been given, Honorable Speaker. The ECD centers which they are in, the name of the teacher, Honorable Speaker, and the level of qualification. Honorable Speaker, some who are engaged by the school management, Honorable Speaker, have diploma. There is one with a diploma, the others with certificates, and even those without certificates, Honorable Speaker, it is indicated some are ongoing courses, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, the scheme of service mode of employment of the pre-primary teachers engaged by the county government and their remuneration, Honorable Speaker. The Nyandarua County Scheme of Service for early childhood development and education personnel was ratified on 1st of May 2022, and it was guided by the scheme of service by the county government of Nyandarua, which has engaged teachers on both permanent and pensionable and contractual basis, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I need this to go to the Hansard, and for the people of Nyandarua to know that we don't have cracks in those classes, Honorable Speaker. The scheme of service dictates the following for the certificate, diploma, and degree holders who are in our ECD centers, and our scheme of service is as indicated, Honorable Speaker, and that is for certificate holders. A certificate holder is engaged as an assistant ECD teacher 3 at job group F as per County Public Service Board, that is grade 13, and their salary should be 20,600. That is assistant ECD teacher 3, not a clerk, Honorable Speaker. There is also assistant ECD teacher 2, who should enter at job group G, and job group G is, as per our County Public Service Board, is grade 12, and their salary is stipulated. It should be 24,370, Honorable Speaker. And number 3, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker. Point of order. Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order granted.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. Can the chair explain with a lot of clarity what it means by should? They should be ECD teachers for this. They should be paid to 20,000. What is the actual position on the ground? What are they being paid? Who are the cracks? Who are the ECDE? Therefore, one, Honorable Speaker, even from the analysis from Wajohi, we should know. You should tell how many teachers we have in those designations, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Gadongo, kindly clarify on that.
Honorable Speaker, I don't have those figures in my fingertips, Honorable Speaker, but we have an annexure here, Honorable Speaker, from the committee, and that is the information they should be seeking.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order granted.
Honorable Speaker, again with tremendous respect, if a member mentions figure and is asked or challenged to explain further, and then he goes ahead and says he doesn't have the figures in hand, is that not gross misconduct, to say the least? And that's why I'm saying some of these things, we should give them time to go and delve deeper in details on these matters before, throwing words here. We are live. We're being listened to. And our people will be asking the same questions. Let us not look the way we looked ridiculous before the Senate. And we're asking them to have their time. When he says 24,000, it should be paid. What are they paid? Because they're listening. And when they hear that they should be paid and they're not being paid, what is it causing? Acrimony. I think, Honorable Speaker, you need to make a ruling on this. Let us peddle information that's substantive and that can be explained. Thank you.
Chairman, Education, kindly.
I just a clarification. I think what the chair is reading is the scheme of service for PNP. And it's actually indicated in the tablet.
Honorable members, if I understand the feeling of the members, is that they need clarification more, because remember, this is a debate that has been debated somewhere else, and the governor himself pronounced that we've employed clerks. Yeah? So it's good for the public to know. It's good, the Honorable Chair, you clarify.
Honorable Speaker, indulgence, Honorable Speaker. I am, through your indulgence, I'm pleading that since the chair is communicating the report from the committee, be allowed to finish, then the members penetrate the report.
Very well, Honorable Dongo. Very well, Honorable Ednard. So, Chairman, with speed, proceed. Then the members can ferment on it.
Whatever was told was correct. Those are assistant ECD teacher, grade 3. F, they have to, yes, certificate holders, Honorable. Honorable Kayani, Honorable Speaker, what I want you to know is that an ECD teacher who has a diploma and is at 1 should be at job group L, and CPSB grade 6 and should be paid 66,000 370. I don't know whether we have grade 1 at the moment. So, Speaker, the county government of Nyandarua has engaged 250 pre-primary teachers countywide on contractual basis who earn a stipend of Kenya shillings 10,000 per month. The committee observed this submission made these parents are usually required to pay fees to give a top-up to the teachers who are on contract. Furthermore, there are 79 contractual pre-primary school teachers engaged on short-term contracts due to age limits with salary based on their various job groups. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is an issue now for the entire county, not necessarily for Wajohi. And the CCM submitted that the pre-primary schools in Wajohi pay school fees ranging from 1,000 to 3,000 per term, depending on the number of runners and the location of the school. The CCM also submitted that the department has no control on the fees charged. Honorable Speaker, it is worth noting that the House approved the Nyandarua County pre-primary capitation policy in the year 2024, which that is on April, which had provided for the following: that they are established for each public pre-primary education center a pre-primary management committee consisting of 2 parents representatives representing the parents of the pre-primary center with 1 representative per level. 2, the teachers in charge of the pre-primary centers who shall serve as the secretary to the committee and hold an ex officio membership. Honorable Speaker, the early childhood development ECD officer responsible for the ward. And Honorable Speaker, number 4, the head teacher of the host school who shall be an ex officio member with no voting rights. Honorable Speaker, the pre-primary management committees as per Nyandarua County pre-primary capitation policy was mandated to execute the following. Honorable Speaker: 1, ensure adherence to the established guidelines on capitation. 2, prepare the budget for ECD centers in accordance with the approved vote head. 3, determine the fees payable by primary parents subject to approval from the Department of Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection. Number 4, Honorable Speaker, ensure the prudent utilization and proper accounting of capitation funds allocated to the primary education center. Number 5, Honorable Speaker, mobilize resources to support the development of the institution. Positive stakeholder relationship and seek partnerships. And 7, Honorable Speaker, address and mitigate potential conflict of interest within the committee's operation. Through the submission, Honorable Speaker, the committee observed the fees paid by the parents is utilized in the following items. Honorable Speaker, there are some ECD centers which have feeding programs. Honorable Speaker, there is also maintenance out of the fees that they pay. There are salaries. Honorable Speaker, there is transport, there is meeting allowance, there is stationaries and co-curricular activities. Honorable Speaker, as for every ECDs, it is stated how much parents pays, and I'll give just like 2 examples of Mwereri ECD Center, which has 3 runners. They pay an amount of 1,800, that is 1,800, and the 3 of them pays 59,400, that is per term, and this is how the money is utilized. For the feeding program, they use 11,500. For maintenance, they use 6,600, and for salaries, Honorable Speaker, for salaries they use 42,900. I go to an ECD centers which has 82 kids, 82 students, that is, and that is Dinda. They have 82 students at 1,000 shillings per term, and that is 82,000. Here they don't give a feeding program, but on salaries they use 72,000, on maintenance they use 4,000, on stationaries they use 4,000, and co-curricular activities they use 2,000. Honorable members, on your tablet you can check. It goes all through to the 41 centers, what is paid, and honorable members, as it has been, the recommendation which has been made as a committee, we can have a tabulation for all the wards. From the scrutiny, the information submitted by the department, the committee made the following observation, that Article 53 of the Constitution, as read together with the Basic Education Act and the Children Act 2022, mandates the state I, Honorable Speaker, Office, General Supply and Services. J, Honorable Speaker, Repair and Maintenance. K, Personal Emoluments, Honorable Speaker. And I is the defunct NHIF, which goes by the name SHA and NSSF, Honorable Speaker. By the time we were doing it, SHA was not working. Honorable Speaker, that the above-mentioned capitation policy has not been implemented, despite the Committee of Education following up on its implementation. That there are no guidelines on the payment made by parents from the county government, which ought to be there, Honorable Speaker. That there are no guidelines on engagement or remuneration of the teachers engaged by the BOMs. That there is huge discrepancy in terms of remuneration between teachers engaged on P&P terms, contract terms, and those engaged by the BOMs. That there are no quality measures put in place to ensure that only professional teachers are engaged. And there is, Speaker, there is a serious shortage of pre-primary teachers in the ward, as the recommendation teacher-student ratio under CBC is that one teacher should serve 40 students. That there is need to look at the remuneration of the teachers, especially on the top-ups, contractual staff, and the minimum wage requirements, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, from the information submitted by the Department on Wajohi Ward pre-primary teachers, it is clear that there exists a myriad of challenges and problems hindering the achievement of quality, free, and compulsory pre-primary education in the county as a whole, and not only just Wajohi Ward. Honorable Speaker, we go to Chapter 3, which is the recommendations of the committee. And Honorable Speaker, arising from the observations and findings made, the committee makes the following recommendations. One, that the CECM, responsible for education, vocational training, gender, culture, and social protection, does in the financial year 2025-2026 fully implement the approved Nyandarua County Pre-Primary Capitation 2024. I think, Honorable Kayani, there you can appreciate, even with your feet. And number 2, Honorable Speaker, that the County Executive Committee member responsible for education, vocational training, culture, gender, and social protection does, within 30 days, submit a comprehensive report to the County Assembly of Nyandarua on the pre-primary centers in the county, including remuneration, capitation, school fees, teachers shortages, qualification, oversight mechanism, equality, and access. Quality amongst others, Honorable Speaker. That is for the entire county, Honorable Speaker. And I believe the Honorable Member for Nyakio, Honorable Zachary Mwangi Jeru, aka the Descartes, is now satisfied that we have requested the committee within the coming 30 days a comprehensive report to the county assembly will be delivered into this house, and each member will have an opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to know, Honorable Speaker, the situation in their place, Honorable Speaker. I'm sure, Honorable Speaker, and I don't want to mention members. If you pinpointed one or two and asked how many ECD students they have, some might mumble, Honorable Speaker. So the ECD education being one of the devolved functions, as I've always said, I insist, we must give dignity to these young ages, Honorable Speaker. It will be a legacy of the Third County Assembly, Honorable Speaker. These students never got justice in the first county dispensation. They never got justice in the second county dispensation. And Honorable Speaker, it is my wish, and it is the wish of every honorable member here, that we shall give dignity to these young ages in their formative years, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to make a very general comment pertaining this department and pertaining this report. Honorable Speaker, today I'm not only disappointed but annoyed when a report with the misleading figures and facts is presented before the House, Honorable Speaker. There was a statement from the chair, and Hansard can confirm that he does not have the figures. There is yet another statement that over the fees that are being charged, and Honorable Speaker, kindly
Consulting hotels. We can't hear, man. It's a marketplace.
Honorable Speaker, when the chairperson says that the CCM indicated that they have no control over the fees charged at these facilities, Honorable Speaker, it is not only disheartening, Honorable Speaker, but it is equally somehow careless, Honorable Speaker. We are talking on financial matters on terms of operations on these facilities, Honorable Speaker. And that is why from the onset, and that is why you can tell, the matter before another August House, the Senate, Honorable Speaker, you could see what happened. It is only fair, Honorable Speaker. We do not request any other statement from the State Department. Kindly, you do convene a committee on general oversight so that the entire department can face the entire House. Tell us how many ECD centers do we have? How many teachers, Honorable Speaker, do we have? How many clerks do we have, if any, as it was purported by the report from the CPSB, Honorable Speaker? How many projects have been achieved since independence for the last regime and up to date, Honorable Speaker? And Honorable Speaker, you can understand that I don't want to negate from the discussion, Honorable Speaker. This is the only committee, the same department that is having a lot of stored projects, Honorable Speaker, in terms of ECD classes and toilets, Honorable Speaker. This debate has been here, Honorable Speaker. Then how do we intend to purport that we are doing oversight, Honorable Speaker, when we are having a department with a lot of issues? A lot of issues, to say the least, Honorable Speaker. We have had the chairperson mentioning issues to do with the scheme of service. Is it being implemented over here? Do we have a policy to make it implementable, Honorable Speaker? What is the feeling of the general ECD teachers who are already in service and they are not remunerated as per the scheme of service? What is the general feeling, Honorable Speaker? Honorable Speaker, last but not least, it is only fair. I was so much prepared to ask a comprehensive statement, Honorable Speaker, but if this is the kind of the response that will be tabled, kindly, Honorable Speaker, facilitate a committee on general oversight. We clear the issue. We have tried as much as possible, even from where we come from, Honorable Speaker, even trying to tell our constituents that yes, we have done more than 30 classes. That was just at that time we do not know the officer who presented the same. The city cannot be. You hear what Johi is having, how many centers, how many have been achieved by this regime, Honorable Speaker, how many have been achieved by the last regime, Honorable Speaker. That is the kind of the data we want.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary. Honorable Kayani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I really don't want to belabor any point said. I don't want to be annoyed, because if I do, and the church I attend, consequences are known. I want to remain calm and composed, but plead with this House. To be very honest, members feeling well that this report is not presented. But I can tell you, being a member of this House, I am annoyed by that report. A report that is full of misinformation, very inaccurate information, going to public. My prayer will be only one, that we allow this committee.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Point granted.
Honorable Speaker, I would wish, other than giving a blanket condemnation by my colleague Honorable Kayani, where is the misinformation? He should quote the misinformation that are in this report, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kayani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The many points of order we raised are some of those misinformation. Can I quote one quickly for him to refresh his mind? He talked of that teachers should be paid 72,000. No, 24,000. The usage of that word "should" tells you it's not happening. It is what is meant to be. When he says that teachers who are recruited must have TSC number, then along the way, he says some teachers were, got into the system. They are even going through some training, and they were inherited from where else we know. Then the question is, do they have TSC number? And they're teaching in
point of clarification, point of information, Chair.
Honorable Shoki.
Mr. Speaker, I also have gone through the report, and I am agreeing with the chair when he actually says "should," because what he's leading is that there is an existing scheme of service that says ideally a person who has been employed and is a diploma holder as an ECD should be paid this much money. A person employed at the ECDE and is a degree holder should be paid this much money. This House, through a policy that came to this House, passed that the ECDE teachers in Nyandarua would be paid 10,000. There is, without anticipating a debate, a discussion that is also again coming back to this House, whereas there is need to review those salaries. So when the chair says should be paid, in my view, is correct, because what is existing is a scheme of service that says ideally how much should be paid, but it is factual that that is not what we are paying. So I find the member for Githafai is wrong in saying that that is a misinformation from the committee. It is not a misinformation. It is the correct position of matters.
Thank you, Honorable Kayani.
Thank you. That is what we call oozing wisdom, in as far as semantics are concerned. And I grant it to the able minority leader. But we are addressing ourselves not to our levels of literacy. We are addressing the public that we represent. That who hears that they should be paid 72,000. My point is here is, Honorable Speaker, we must be contextual in our address. Let's climb down and get to the people that we represent, Honorable Speaker. When I stand here as a member of Githafai, and of course responding to a statement that was sought for Wanjohi, I am still waiting for that report that will come to inform this House about what happens in the other wards. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I want information that does not cause outcry out there, because we have not healed from what happened. Finally, Honorable Speaker, if we talk about the policy, and we're being told we passed a policy, teachers, parents are paying school fees in their schools. We don't even know how many they're paying. This department cannot tell. And that's why we said, Honorable Gishoke, with tremendous respect, let the department, let the committee go back and consolidate, bring to this house a report that informs all of us of what happens at our background, and therefore chart a way forward. Honorable Speaker, if you listen and Hansen can be sought like you did seek mine, that Honorable Gadongo did say that ECDE teachers must have TS numbers. I want to indulge you or beg you to answer me like a 2-year-old, not like a master student I am, and together with Honorable Gadongo, whether the teachers who transisted from the defunct council, allow me to finish, allow me to execute this, Honorable Gishoke, I listen to you. Whether those teachers that transisted from the defunct council, all of them no, they don't require masters. Whether those teachers who transisted from the defunct council have TSC numbers. I was listening to him. If they do, then they are not clerical officers. And if going by what we heard from the Senate is anything, and the Senate is a senior house to this house, then we have a problem. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I would beg one thing, that we allow this committee to go back and provide a comprehensive, detailed, factual information to this house and expunge this report from the records of the house, of this house, so that going forward we are factual, truthful, and we have a report that we're able to defend to the people we represent. Because this is not Senate, this is the county government of Nyandarua. I submit.
Point of information.
Thank you, honorable members. Thank you, honorable members. Having Honorable Bogo, you have something? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for finally catching my eye. These days, I've also joined the class of scholars. When I'm listening to my able chair, education, trying to defend the department, I feel worried. Ask yourself, Mr. Chairman, this question. Did you take your time to go to Ajohi and ascertain that the report that were brought to you by the department are true and correct? Did you take a site visit? Ask yourself the question and answer. Mr. Speaker, the issue of ECD teachers in this county might finally take us all to, I will not mention. When we are here and we are clearly tabulating the amounts of money that are being paid to the ECD teachers, and they are listening keenly to the oversight house in the county here, they are scared. Even psychophancy, I always say, sometimes require common sense. When you tell us that you have in 30 days' time, you request the department to bring the information, and this is a statement. Statements don't have resolutions. Nobody will follow statements. Resolutions from a statement are never adhered to. We should bring in a motion that is going to pin the department, or rather bring in a committee of general oversight. That is the only route we are going to reprimand the department. Otherwise, what we have discussed here is down and forgotten. So as a house, if we are true, and the committee of education, we have no problem with us. I chair roads. We have problems. We have problems. So, in short, what we need to do, we need to sit as a house. And when all members are mentioning, we have wonderful things in our odds. So you can use Wajohi as a case study of the whole county. We sit down as a house, Mr. Speaker. We come up with a way of making sure that the resolutions we want that are going to emanate from this house seems or rather works for our people. We are not against the committee. We are also being frustrated by the same departments, and this is the high time to tell the department the truth. If you don't want to work, go home. Yes. There was nobody who was not ashamed when we cannot say the number of students we have in our county. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Boro, wisdom detected. Honorable Shuki.
Mr. Speaker, my observation is just one on that report. I am a Kikuyu, and I know that names have, there's power in a name. There's power in a name. I am very worried that in that report in page 10, under the table that reads teachers and school board numbers, if you look at number 12, there is an ECD center called Jagiri. That really worries me. And that a school is comfortable calling an ECD center Jagiri. I think the only thing I wish the member was here, I would have sent the member to that ECD and they consider changing that particular name. That is my only observation on that report.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shoki, for that observation. Surely, it's very grave to see such a name coming from a Kikuyu natives. Honorable Milka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to join my colleagues in this discussion and say indeed that we need the department to give us more information. What happened is not, it was not good. So as an assembly, I think we need to rectify that. But I'm just concerned that whenever we have a statement is the property of this house. Can we then convert this statement maybe to a motion so that we can give recommendation to the county executive? Because if it remains a statement, it will just be the property of this house. But if that is converted probably to a motion, then we can have debate and recommendation that will go to the executive for implementation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Miko. Honorable Matimo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm a member of this committee. But as I stand here this morning, Mr. Speaker, I have an egg on my face. It's a big shame that in Senate, we had the CC member and the entire department seated there. And very simple question that they were being asked. They were not in a position to answer. In terms of the teachers who have TSC numbers and other questions that was sought, Mr. Speaker. It's true that we have teachers in these ECD centers who actually don't have TSC numbers. I would humbly request, and I think I will request my chair, that on this matter on ECED centers, we ensure that nothing is left unturned. Because, Mr. Speaker, on this issue of ECD centers, we have a problem. If you look at the report that is before this Honorable House, we've left ECD centers to manage themselves. If you look at the money that is collected in these ECD centers, an ECD center, for example, Mr. Speaker, if you go like Yetei, number 12, you'll find that they collect around 86,400. There is no guideline on how they're supposed to use these monies. So within the ECD center, they just decide that 40,000 will go to salaries, maintenance, 22,000. If you go to that ECD center and ask them, what have you been maintaining with 22,000 shillings? They will not be in a position to tell you. Travel allowances of 10,000 shillings. Traveling to where and doing what? Stationaries, it's understandable, 7,400. Motivational gifts at 2,000. Mr. Speaker, there was also another ECD center that caught my attention. And this was an ECD center called Metetano. They collect 58,800. Salaries, they put at 20,000. Maintenance, they put at 12,000. Stationaries at 5,000. Travel and co-curriculum, 21,800. Mr. Speaker, I've never heard of competition between one ECD center to the other. What is this travel and co-curriculum all about? It's a high time we put two eyes to this issue to do with the city centers, Mr. Speaker. It's a devolved function. It's a function of county government. And if we are not able to oversight a function that is purely devolved, I don't see the reason as to why we should be here, we should be in this honorable house, if we are not able to really oversight matters to do with ECD center. The last but not the least, Mr. Speaker, we have policies in place. Is the department adhering to the policy that we've passed? Honorable Kayani has just mentioned on the issue to do with salaries. We have stipulated salaries that are supposed to be paid to these people. But if you go to the ground, I quote, mambo ni tofauti, because this is not what these ECD centers are being paid. So it's our high time, Mr. Speaker, we get down, and I'm happy that Honorable Bogo has just mentioned that we need not only to work from the assembly, we need to go to the ground and ensure that we verify what is being brought on paper. Because if the department could not have answered these questions that pertains to, to what is happening in the department, who are we to believe what they are bringing on paper? Mr. Speaker, sir, it's our high time that we do something on matters ECD once and for all. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Learning or leading the feeling of the House, allow me to give the following direction. Honorable members, you understand the statement that the Chair for Education Committee has responded to. You also recall that Honorable Samuel Limui Kayani sought a similar statement yesterday. I'm also aware that there is a pending business before the committee on before the committee on enhancement of remuneration and stipend of ECD teachers. Since all this matter touches on the welfare of ECD centers, teachers and pupils, I direct the Committee on Education does compile a comprehensive report consolidating all the issues and table the report within 60 days as requested yesterday. Clerk, next.
Mr. Speaker, sir, under the order on statements, we have a statement response to be done by Honorable Paul Kirokamboro, the Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries.
Honorable Kirokamboro, Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Honorable Denji.
Mr. Speaker, I stand in for my chairman, Honorable Kirukaburu, and Mr. Speaker, he has advised me to come and lead and do it in reading the representation. It's a request for more time on the statement response on the quality of potatoes in the county, Mr. Speaker. The Committee of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries was assigned by this esteemed House the task of responding to the statement as sought by Hon Kathleen Mathenge. The committees has this far received and examined submissions from the Department on the same and is scheduled to hold a meeting with the CCM Agriculture on Wednesday, 1st of October 2025. The committee therefore kindly request the extension of 21 days from this honorable house to complete and submit the final report. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deji. Honorable Catherine, are you comfortable with 21 days?
Honorable Speaker, I don't know why the 21 days, owing to the fact that already somebody has researched on the same, a scholar has done that work, and potatoes are still being grown, medicines are still being bought, and the scholar clearly indicated that the county people who go, the county officers facilitated this report. So I can't understand why the 21 days and the delay. So, and of course, owing to the fact that, again, the governor was in Senate
Mr. Speaker, I wish
on
to raise,
a similar...
Mr. Speaker, I wish to raise on order of procedure.
Granted, Honorable Shoki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to draw to standing order number 32.4A, which requires that the businesses of the house must be dispensed with, cannot go beyond 12:30, and considering that it needs to be done at least 5 minutes before 12, I am requesting that the Assembly does consider allowing that we proceed with the business at hand to go beyond 12:30 for the House to conclude the business in the order paper. I wish to call Honorable Benson to second.
I second.
Thank you, honorable members. Now I propose the question, which is that, pursuant to the provision of the standing order number 32.4A, this House does resolve to extend its sitting time to beyond 12:30 p.m. for the House to conclude the business in the order paper. I now put the question that, pursuant to the provision of the standing orders 32.4A, this House does resolve to extend its sitting time to beyond 12:30 p.m. for the House to conclude the business in the order paper. As of those who are as many of the same opinion say aye. As those of a contrary say nay. I have it. Proceed. Honorable Denji. Oh, Honorable Catherine.
Honorable Speaker, I was alluding to the fact that the matter was before the Senate, and I'm not sure whether the government is trying to cover up the issues that were raised in my statement, which was similar to that one raised in Senate, only a few additions. So I can't understand why the 21 days. It would only mean then they have not answered the same statement in Senate. Thank you. I, however, cannot refuse the 21 days, because even if I say 14 and they come here 14 and say another 14, who am I?
So, Honorable Denji.
Mr. Speaker, owing the fact that the committee needs to meet the CCM, I urge the member to agree with the given time so that we come up with the report exhaustively. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Deji. The leave granted. We proceed.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a motion to be moved by Honorable Samuel Rumui-Kayani, the Chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership.
Honorable Samuel Rumui-Kayani.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to move the following motion, that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership on the approval of the nomination of Mr. Daniel Gitau Mboro as the Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora, and Resource Mobilization as part of a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolution of this House. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the 14th March 2025, His Excellency the Governor, Dr. Moses Kiari Badilisha, reorganized the county departments directed via Gazette Notice number 3233, specifically the Department of Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership was assigned two chief officers, namely the Chief Officer, Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora, and Resource Mobilization as the second Chief Officer. During the afternoon plenary sitting on the 29th July 2025, the Minority Whip, the Honorable Ibrahim Maina, tabled documents relating to the nomination of Mr. Daniel Boro as the Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora, and Resource Mobilization. Consequently, and pursuant to Section 6.1 of the Public Appointment County Assembly's Approval Act of 2017 and Standing Order number 200, subsection F, the name and the nominee of the position of the Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora, and Resource Mobilization was committed to the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership for vetting, and by conducting an approval hearing, receiving memoranda, and reporting to the House on his suitabilities or otherwise. Honorable Speaker, I want to recognize the immeasurable effort demonstrated by the honorable members of the committee during the approval hearing and the nominee and subsequent report writing exercise. In addition, the committee wishes to register appreciation to the Secretariat for ensuring that the exercise was successful. Your facilitation ensured that the committee received optimal technical and logistical support necessary for the entire vetting process. It cannot go unnoticed. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is my pleasure, on behalf of the Committee of Trade,
Mr. Speaker,
Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership, to present this report to the House for consideration and adoption. The committee comprises...
Point of order, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Continue, Honorable Kayani.
The committee membership, I want to read this very fast. Honorable Samuel Rimui Kayani, Engineer, Chairperson. Honorable Joyce Wanjiro Munywa, the Vice Chair. Honorable Erija Nyaga, the Majority Leader, Member. Honorable Denji Keriga, Member. Honorable Dongo Milka Wanjiro, Member. Hussein Kasana Dongo, Honorable, Member. Honorable Isaac Kongo Wanjiro, Member. James Keiro Gashamba, Commissioner, Member. And Honorable Gatia Naomi Mudhoni, a Member. The committee comprises of Mr. Joseph Kenywa Budhia, the senior legal officer, Miss Josephine Wakioru Christine, senior clerk, assistant, Miss Josephine Wamboi Maina, Hansard officer, and Miss Miriam Wangoi Wangari. Mr. Speaker, sir, on 30th July 2025, the committee held its first meeting. The first meeting to devise way to conduct the approval hearing. Subsequently, and pursuant to Section 7.4 of this Act, the Chief of the Clerk apprised a notice to the Daily Nation appearing on 31st July 2025 for the purpose of notifying the nominee and the general public of the date and time of the venue of the approval hearings that happened on Friday 8th August 2028 at 12 hours at the County Assembly chambers. Inviting the public to submit memorandum by way of sworn affidavit or to appear before the committee during the approval hearing to affirm the suitability or otherwise of the nominee. The deadline of receiving submission was Thursday, 7th August 2025, 4 p.m., and the annexure is attached herein. By 8 a.m., 8 August 2025, the chief of the clerk had not been seized of any sworn affidavit affirming the suitability or otherwise from the members of the public. Mr. Speaker, during the approval hearing, the committee required the nominee to provide original copies of the following documents: the national ID, Kenyan passport otherwise, curriculum vitae, personal credential, valid compliance clearance certificate from HELP, valid clearance from the Anti-Corruption Authority and the Credit Reference Bureau, valid tax compliance from the KRA, valid certificate of good conduct from the DCIA, and accreditation from the Commission of University Education for Foreign Degree where applicable, as well as the clearance from respective professional bodies. Mr. Speaker, on the 8th of August, the committee applied the criteria provided for Section of Public Appointment, County Assembly's Approval Act 2017 to gauge the suitability of the nominee. The criteria involved establishing the procedure used at arriving at the nominee, including the criteria for the shortlisting of the nominee, establishing whether the Constitution and other statutory requirements attendant to the office in questions were adhered to, establishing the suitability of the nominee for the appointment proposed, having regard to whether the nominee's credentials, abilities, experiences, and qualities meet the needs of the body to which the nominee is being considered. Legal framework. Honorable Speaker, the County Assembly, as established under Section 174 of the Constitution, the key mandate being oversight of the county executive. One of the exercise oversight of the county executive is through the approval process, where the County Assembly is required to approve suitable nominee. In recognition of this mandate, there exist several provisions on the approval by the County Assembly, such as the Public Appointment, County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, and the standing orders. The County Assembly has established various sectoral committees to carry out this function. The Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership, established under section, starting under 181, with one of the its functions being to vet and report on all appointments where the Constitution or any law requires the assemblies to approve. Mr. Speaker, sir, the appointment and approval of the chief officer is governed by several legal establishments, namely the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the County Government Act 17 of 2012, the County Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, and the Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders. Section 45 of the County Government Act 2012 provides, among other, the following. The governor shall nominate qualified and experienced county chief officers from among persons competitively, underlined, competitively sourced, and recommended by the County Public Service Board. Number B, the approval of the County Assembly, appoint county chief, with approval of the County Assemblies, appoint county chief officers. And number 2, the chief of the county, the office of the county chief officer shall be in the county public service. Section 232 of the Constitution stipulates the values and principles of public service as A, high standards of professional ethics, B, efficient, effective, and economic use of resources, C, responsive, prompt, effective, impartial, and equitable provision of services, D, involvement of the people in the process of policy making, E, accountability for administrative acts, and finally, affording adequate and equal opportunities for appointment, training, and advancement at all levels of public service of men and women, that's gender, the members of all ethnic groups, and finally, persons living with disabilities. These principles are cardinal in guiding the recruitment process followed by the CPSB. It is also important to note Section 45 of the County Government Act 2012 has also provided the specific qualifications of a chief officer, and therefore the CPSB used the above principles to develop the required qualifications. It is also important to note that His Excellency the Governor, as the appointing authority, must ensure that the above principles are observed in the appointment of chief officers. As I finish, Honorable Speaker, Section 9 of the Public Appointment County Assembly's Approval Act 2017 provides that unless otherwise provided in law, a committee shall consider a nomination and table its report in the County Assembly for debate and decision within 21 sitting days from the date of which the committee first sits to consider the nomination. Number 2, at the conclusion of an approval hearing, the committee shall prepare its report on the suitability of the candidate to be appointed to the office to which the candidate has been nominated, and shall include in the report such recommendations as the committee may consider necessary, including recommendations on whether or not the nominee should be approved for appointment to the public office. Honorable Speaker, the procedure of arriving at the nominee, the legal provisions of Section 66 of the County Government Act 2012, and the advertisement of the Public Service Board placed on the Standard newspaper of 13th May 2025, and was also placed in the Nyandarua County Government website, inviting applications for the interested and qualified applicants for the position of 5 chief officers in the following categories. Category 1, Chief Officer, Public Administration and Devolution, Job Group S. 1 post, Chief Officer, Water and Sanitation, Job Group S. Position 1, Chief Officer, Lands, Physical Planning, Job Group S. Chief Officer, Culture, Gender and Social Protection, S. And Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization, of which this report is being tabled. The applicants were required to submit the application to the Office of the County Secretary, the Office of the County Public Service Board, on or before the 28th May 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, among the requirements and competencies in the advertisement are as follows. One must be a Kenyan citizen, must have a bachelor's degree, recognized university. A master's degree will be an added advantage. Be strategic thinker and results-oriented. Be a member to a professional body in the relevant field. Have proven experience of at least 10 years of the service from a reputable organization with at least 5 years in a senior management position. Must be computer literate. Of course, with the coming in of the AI, one must be compliant. Certify the requirement of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. With regard to the position of the Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora and Social Mobilization, 18 individuals applied for the position. Therefore, 9 candidates were shortlisted, whereby 6 candidates appeared in the interview. The interviews for the shortlisted candidates were conducted at the County Public Service Board office at the Posta Building in Okalau Town on the 23rd June 2025. The board constituted 2 interview panels with the respective county executive committee members being invited to assess the candidates in the technical areas. The following candidates passed the interviews of this position. 1, Mr. Dennis Robert Kanyagoro Kafaiko. Number 2, Mr. Daniel Getau Boro. And number 3, Mr. Daniel Kafiru Wajiko. Mr. Speaker, sir, out of the successive candidates recommended by the County Public Service Board, His Excellency the Governor nominated Mr. Daniel Getau Boro for the position of the Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization. The leadership and integrity requirements, the committee noted that the nominee has never been dismissed or removed from office for contravention of the provisions of Article 75 of the Constitution. It was also established that the nominee has never been charged in a court of law for any offense, nor adversely mentioned in any investigatory report of Parliament or any commission of inquiry. The committee further noted that the nominee produced clearance and compliance certificates as required and stipulated in law, as shown in the table below. That table is there that shows the clearance certificates that were provided, both tax compliance certificate, the HELB clearance certificate, the DCI clearance certificate, ESCC clearance certificate as on 19th May 2025, and then the CRB positive clearance certificate for loans. Chapter 6, Chapter 3, overall suitability. Overall suitability, Mr. David Getarumbolo appeared before the committee on 8th August 2025, bringing his original documents and duly filled questionnaire. The following is a brief profile of the nominee. Biodata is a Kenyan citizen as required by law, is the holder of the ID number provided. He was born in October 2025 in Kinangop County, sub-county, Nyandarua County. Educational background. He's a graduate with Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Nairobi, and I must emphasize here the article, the University of Nairobi, where I'm undertaking my master's. He sat for his certificate of secondary education at Henny High School in 1990, attaining a clean B. In addition, the nominee has attained the following professional certificates. He's a holder of a certificate in computer user software skill from AIC Naivasha Technical Training Institute, attained in the year 2000. He holds a certificate in library and information science from Nairobi College, attained in 1994. Employment record, the nominee has served in the following position. He is currently the chairperson of the Board of Management of Engineer Hospital, serving since 2023. He has been chairperson of the Chamber of Commerce in Nyandarua County between 2019-2023. He was the personal secretary to the Speaker of Nyandarua County Assembly in 2022. He served as the Chief of Staff in the county government of Nyandarua between 2014 and 2017. He has served as an executive officer in St. John Ambulance, Central Kenya between 2009 and 2014. He has also served as executive officer of the St. John Ambulance in Western Kenya between 2006 and 2009. He was a deputy principal at Bishop Wambari Girls Secondary School in Naivasha between 2004 and 2005. Number 8, he served as councillor at Magumu location between 1998 and 2002. And finally, he has served as a teacher at Henny High School between the year 1996 and 1997. The committee's rating, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee found the nominee eloquent, articulate, and possessing extensive leadership experiences in public administration and governance, emanating from his previous roles, having served as a former councillor in the defunct county council, chief of staff to the governor of Nyandarua, and a representative of the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Nyandarua. The nominee has also proven a track record, has a proven track record in resource mobilization and partnership development, demonstrated through successful engagement with donors and institutions such as the World Bank and health program partners. Additionally, he exhibited a strategic understanding of policy frameworks related to partnership, diaspora engagement, and investor attraction. The nominee also expressed a strong commitment to integrity and compliance with constitutional requirements, including Chapter 6 of the Constitution, and presented a clear 100-day plan focused on establishing frameworks and regulations for effective resource mobilization. Mr. Speaker, sir, the nominee demonstrated strong communication skills, sound governance knowledge, a vision aligned with the county development priorities. His responses to integrate conflict of interest and intergovernmental collaboration were satisfactory. The committee unanimously finds the nominee suitable for appointment to the Chief Officer, Partnership, Diaspora, and Resource Mobilization, subject to the following condition. Condition 1, establishment of mechanism to mitigate risk of conflict interest, implementation of measures to strengthen diaspora engagement and mobilization. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, the committee's ratings for Mr. David Gitaumboro, thematic areas, Work experience, as it relates to the position, he scored 16 out of 25. Education training relevant to the position, he scored 18 out of 25. Interest in and knowledge relating to specific position, he scored 10 out of 15. Communication skills, he scored 7 out of 10. Decision making, problem solving, he scored 11 out of 15. And therefore, overall, according to the committee, he scored 71%. Committee's recommendation, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee having vetted the nominee pursuant to Standing Order number 49-4 and guided by the relevant laws and matters necessary for consideration, the committee makes the following recommendation. 1, that pursuant to Section 45 of the County Government Act 2012 and Section 9 of the Public Appointment, County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, the House does approve Mr. David Getaumbulu as the Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization in the Department of Trade, Industrialization and Cooperative Development and Partnership. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Reference standing orders that have been used, the appointment, Public Appointments, County Assembly's Approval Act number 5 of 27 and the County Government Act 2012, including the Kenya Constitution, were the guiding documents that the committee used to approve this nominee. With those, that is the report of this committee, and I wish to request my Vice Chair, Honorable Joyce, to second. Thank you.
Honorable Joyce Wanjiru Munywa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a member of that committee, from the onset, I wish to second the report and thank my committee for the comprehensive report. And as a member who attended even the vetting, I wish to confirm that the candidate, as indicated here, had the prerequisite qualifications and the experience and the expertise needed. And during the vetting, he portrayed that is equal to the task. So, Mr. Speaker, I second.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce Wanjiru Munywa. Motion having been duly moved and seconded, I therefore propose the question that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval for the nomination of Mr. Daniel Getaumbulu as Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of the House and recommendation therein as a resolution of this House. Honorable Sack.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the report on the Committee on Trade on nomination of one Mr. Daniel Getaumbulu. Honorable Speaker, borrowing from Mr. Buru's past experience, you can tell that Mr. Buru is a worker, and the only thing and the only justice Mr. Buru can do is to direct that synergy to serving the people of Nyandarua, especially on issues to do with the resource mobilization. Because of obviously public service delivery is informed by the resources available, Honorable Speaker, and with that, Mr. Buru is well positioned as much. Honorable Speaker, I have only one observation, and I'm saying this with a lot of respect, even to our county CEO, that it is good to direct competencies where they belong. Yes, and each and every member from this House knows what I mean. And Honorable Speaker, that is ranging from CCMs to the rest of the staffs. And that is why, as a member of Public Service Committee, Honorable Speaker, we even went ahead and compelled
the department to do something we call staff establishment, Honorable Speaker, so that we can be able, Honorable Speaker, to know the critical gaps we are having, and equally to see how we can go about the issue to do with skill audit, Honorable Speaker. It is not limited to the other staffs from the directorates, Honorable Speaker, but it should be from top there, from the CCM who are policy makers, Honorable Speaker. So I wish Mr. Borrower, as he is being bestowed this mandate, Honorable Speaker, and it is good to mention that next time, from my own observation, Nyakio is the only ward that has no representation from the executive. And I can say that without even a blink of an eye, Honorable Speaker. That is entailing. You cannot tell me from all the chief officers, from all the CCMs, we do not have a suitable person who can suit Honorable Speaker, and I will be petitioning this personally to the county CEO, so that in the in future, Nyakeo will be considered, and that is the spirit of devolution, Honorable Speaker, devolving workforce, resources, and money, Honorable Speaker. And with that, I do second and thank the committee for finding it prudent to consider this nominee without taking much time, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Sak. As a speaker, joining Honorable Sakali Jeru's sentiment, I also interacted with the Honorable member from Central Ward, and I heard him saying that from the spirit of devolution, it's only the ward and the largest in Nyandarua County, and it has none in the executive representing Nyandarua County. So for the benefit of doubt, the Speaker, I just joined Honorable Sakali Jeru to add on the sentiment. Also, when the executive will be constituted, Daragwa Central and Daragwa Central and Nyakio may be considered. Thank you. Mufa, can you respond? You are rising at which standing order?
I'm contributing. You see, when the speakers become conflicted, things become... I would want to acknowledge that I know Mr. Mburu. I have had experience of working with Mr. Mburu within the first government that is going to, for a long time, be credited for the great things that it did. It is proper for us to note that Mr. Mburu was instrumental in the establishment of the first government. For the members who are here and don't have the proper history, is that when the first government was formed, the first bill, which was the enactment of the budget estimates, was signed on top of a bonnet of a car. Because literally the offices that were existent then were being held by the county commissioner. The office the governor was supposed to use, by the time we went to sign the bill and we thought we are still having the office, we realized the county commissioner had changed her mind and closed the office. I'm just saying this because Getao was instrumental, being the chief of staff then, in terms of building what we have in Nyandarua today. A history that many of the governors who have come after may not have. Together with the governor, Waithaka, may God give him
grace in his old age. Together they were able to put together, against very difficult times, what we can now today call the Nyandarua County government. And Mr. Mbolo has one character that is extremely unique, as many people are going to interact with him in his work. A simple, humble man. Of course, very dark, almost close to Ambogo of North Kinangop. But the face and the color are completely different, in that he's a guy who will listen to you, agree with you where it is necessary to agree, but politely guide you on areas where he thinks that maybe you're going to be a bit too excessive. I have also interacted with Iboro as a chair of Virginia Hospital, where he's actually coming from. And I can attest that Virginia Hospital, under the steership of Mboro as the chair, we have specific items we can be proud of. The operationalization of the newly constructed story building. Mr. Mbolo as the chair was instrumental in ensuring that that building, which has not been functional for quite some bit of time, was made functional under his watch. The many challenges that are facing the hospital, the kind of leadership Bolo has steered the hospital with, we can stand here firmly and say that His Excellency the Governor Badrisha is right in that appointment, in that there is going to be value from that one man, Mr. Mburu. Of course, I want to mention that he comes from Kinangop, and Kinangop is renowned to produce people with good brains. And therefore, that by that alone, I wish the person who has been struggling with masters was here. We would have told him we are going to give somebody who can assist him in completing his masters. In the meantime, I'm sure that Central Ward is among the key beneficiaries of this government, and that at the appropriate time when the chair is in his rightful chair, he will be reminded that okay, let me drop that. I wish to support, and I request the members that together we agree to support this gentleman, and I can attest that he's going to be of great value to this county.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Maybe from the observation, I don't know whether it's by design or default, that is, the members present in the House belongs to Kinangop constituency. In general, I don't know. But still, Honorable Speaker, as I rise to support this motion, I wish to echo your sentiment together with the Honorable Zachary that could be the governor this time round will be able now to balance the leadership, including all the areas that are not, has no representation in his government. And I believe, Honorable Speaker, still we have the board that will be in place in a few months to come. Probably will be able now to balance together. Also that we have some other chief officers he is considering to bring on board in his government. Honorable Speaker, I know Boru for a long time because I happened to be in the first government, and I can tell you that is a person who can rely with when it comes to the leadership. He has the capacity that is required. He has the institutional memory. He is an administrator. And I believe, and also, Honorable Speaker, is that the guy belonged to this county, so he has the history of the county, and he will be able now, Honorable Speaker, to become one of the person to rely on. So, for me, I will support him and I will seek the mover to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate the responses from the members, the comments given as taken, the concern of Honorable Zachary, my good neighbor, and I also want to echo the same sentiment as echoed by Honorable Wambugu, that indeed devolution came so that there will be equity in resource, both human and material resource equity or equity distribution, or equally, not equally, I want to use the word equity. And therefore, their concern, I would also join in to say that let there be representation or leadership from all the wards as represented in the county. Number two, Honorable Geshoke did allude to the fact that he's no honorable, I would call him honorable, he was an elected member. Getau, the nominee, very well. He has ably and articulated the fact that the gentleman is a performer and that we bring in value to the government. Finally, I would say that the department that I oversight, the Department of Trade Cooperatives, is experiencing serious headwinds in terms of service delivery. And the coming in of this great mind would provide the much needed synergy to be able to provide or give service delivery in this particular department that I happen to oversight. So I look forward to his competencies, experiences that will bring about a turnaround to the performance of this department and the entire county as provided. And I also want to agree with the members that indeed the governor was right in picking one Getau Mboro for this position. And with those many remarks, I can only say I wish Getau Mboro all the best as he brings this much needed service back to the county and also help the governor and even ourselves deliver services to our people. And with those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I thank you and I move.
Thank you, Honorable Samuel Limui Kayani. The motion having been moved, responded, and debated and responded, I now put the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership on the approval for the nomination of Mr. Daniel Getau Mboro as a Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization as a report of this House and recommendation therein as a resolution of this House. I may those of the similar opinion say aye. May those of contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we've exhausted the business as indicated in both the main order paper and supplementary order paper.
Honourable members, there being no other business to transact during this sitting, I now adjourn the House to Wednesday, the 24th day of September 2025 at 2:30.